several in
Door
place.
locks? Yeah. You're supposed to relax and meditate now. You know, we're thinking about these kinds of things. Get your blood pressure.
1 minute. All right. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. There is abundance in our fellowship. This is a place we all belong. We place our trust in this great holiness. This is the moment, come along. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors to spirit wide. We are starting out together, running out together on a journey on this miracle inside. There is a promise in our thankfulness. We know that when we seek, we find. We place our trust in this great holiness. This sacred space is yours and mine. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors to spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside.
Welcome, everyone, to Unity Vancouver Island. So pleased to see you here in person and also online if you're seeing it live or recorded. Pleased to have you here. Let's take a moment to thank our First Nations for all the care and love they've given this community, this land, for many, many years. We love and appreciate all they've done and all they are doing. Thank you. Share with me these thoughts. Be your authentic self for all the world to see. There is such beauty in your soul. Be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees or the stars. You have a right to be here, whether or not it's clear to you. There is no doubt the universe is unfolding for you. There is peace with God, with whatever you conceive that you be. And whatever your labors and aspiration in this noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. It's still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Express your radiant light with love in everything you do. Blessings.
In this circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace, I feel our unity, love, sweet security. I feel our unity, love, sweet security. circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace. I feel our unity, love, sweet security. I feel our unity, love, sweet security. In this circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace. I feel our unity, love, sweet security. I feel our unity, love, sweet security. In this circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace. I feel our unity, love, sweet security. I feel our unity, love, sweet security. In this circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace. I feel our unity, love, sweet security. I feel our unity, love, sweet security. In this circle of peace. This is a new one to us here today, so please sing along. I'm sure a lot of you know it. Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, trying to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, we will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns to us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading into grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, trying to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, trying to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. Listen. You hold the kid to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, trying to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, trying to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, trying to love one another right now, right now, right now.
Thank you ever so much, Nico and Brian. Fabulous energy that you bring to this room. Today, I'm going to share with you a recipe. It's a no-fail recipe. A no-fail recipe for excellence. First, check your cupboard. Make sure you have all the ingredients you need. You know what that's like when you start making something and you don't have what you need, or not enough of what you need. All ingredients must be mixed with joy. Make sure your joy is large enough to hold all those ingredients. Next, dig deep to gather positive, spirit-led intention. You will need to add a dose of kindness. You'll find that on the shelf that's level with your heart. Throw in a few nuts if you like. I'll let you decide. Mix with noble purpose until well blended. It must be used immediately for the risk of losing its intensity. However, excellence can be created anytime, anywhere. So enjoy.
Country song theme, though. She loves country music. She does not love country music.
Sing it with extra twang for you.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I didn't hear it, so I started to doubt you. You couldn't feel it, so you just lost your way. And we'll never find it if we don't get it out there. It's not love till you give it away. It's not a treasure you keep buried within you. And it's not a bankroll save up for a rainy day. It's not like a lifeboat you don't use till you're sinking. It's not love till you give it away, so just give it away. Give it away. It's not love till you give it away, just give it away. Give it away. It's not love till you give it away. Just let it go, then watch it grow. Just give it up, you still will have enough. just give it away. Give it away. It's not love till you give it away. And it's not peace till you make peace your mission. And it won't heal till they hear what you need to say. It's gonna take faith, 'cause it's such a contradiction. It's not love till you give it away. So just give it away. Give it away. It's not love till you give it away. Just give it away. Give it away. It's not love till you give it away. It's not love till you give it away.
That my father had Asperger's syndrome before there was Asperger's syndrome. He was just a very intelligent, socially inept nerd. And being a very intelligent, socially inept nerd, he didn't fit into the workplace very well, so he had his own business. It was a radio repairman. Remember the days of radio? Yeah. And that was how we communicated. And every family had one in the kitchen and the big one in the living room. And that was the interweb of the day, if you will. And those big radios had condensers and transistors and resistors and tubes, and all those things could break down and here. And then those days, radio was worth taking to the shop to be repaired, right? So my father was a very good technician, but a terrible businessman. So he extended credit and never went to collect it. He ordered supplies he couldn't afford. And during my growing up years, he went bankrupt 3 times. So it was always a bit of a struggle to get from rent to rent check. But that ended when my mother, although it didn't even end when my mom went back to work. I was 12. Good moms didn't go to work in those days, right? But anyway, my mom finally convinced my father that California was the land of opportunity. And believe it or not, that's another whole story. They went to California, where my father eventually did get a job that he could do, and probably only he could do. He worked for Bell Industries, which made resistors and transistors and condensers and things for radios. And his job was to compile the annual catalog that referenced their parts against Philco's parts and Amana's parts and Electro-Home's parts. And they all had like long serial numbers like this. And he cross-referenced and made the annual catalog for about 26 years, error-free. Nobody else could do that. That was a skill that only he had, and he was paid handsomely for that. So when they retired, my parents had a very abundant life. At one time, for the 2 of them, they had 3 bathrooms, 4 TVs, and 5 vacuum cleaners. But their prosperity came about because they changed their ideas of what was possible, and they took a big risk. They moved from Toronto to California. They just packed up and went, not that they had anything to pack. But they started over again from scratch with nothing. So changing your ideas about what's possible and taking big risks is one very sure way, well, a good chance it's a way to prosperity. And it's a way to prosperity consciousness. Because you see, you don't have prosperity consciousness as a result of being prosperous.
You become prosperous as a result of having prosperity consciousness. It's all about transformative thinking. Tony Robbins, everybody's familiar with Tony Robbins, a great motivational speaker. Well, one of his proteges, I forget his name, but he went out on his own and found his own little niche for transformation and self-improvement. It was a seminar for men, particularly men like my father, kind of nerdy men without the social skills, didn't know how to interact with women, how to meet women, how to be with women, but they desperately wanted a relationship and sex. So he appealed to them where they were. And he promised this big seminar that was going to make pickup artists out of them all. And we're going to have mountains of breasts around. And he, explained, you've got to talk to people where they are, right? So he took them out into the desert for this seminar. Not in big glitzy hotels, nothing shiny to distract them. In the desert, in very plain cabin housing, basic foods. And 24/7 they worked on becoming pickup artists. But what they were actually doing was sharing deeply with each other how difficult it's been for each other. They did a lot of role playing, they learned how to meditate, they did outward bound type activities like rappelling and walking on hot coals. And then his wife, coached them a little bit about how they dress. So they spent this week doing that. And at the end of the week, he took them to a hotel in Reno, to a bar, where they picked up women. It's a variation of the basic formula for all of the self-help methodologies. For instance, for me, that was back in 1979 was the S training, that transformative experience where you just knock upside the head. I realized I had the actual realization that my life was my making. It wasn't just as a result of everything that was happening out there. My childhood, my relationships, any of that. It was my choice. And that kind of switches things around. And as a result of that, my life is totally different from the lack and whatever growing up. And part of that is that I now have a prosperity consciousness. Another of the, I was watching a bunch of Lisa Ling documentaries about life in America, and one of the men's seminar was another was about the ayahuasca experience. And if you know Dr. Gabriel Maté, who worked in that side, he was, experimenting with ayahuasca as a treatment for addiction. But in this case, it was men who were veterans with severe PTSD. And it was a transformative experience for them too, because it's a natural psychedelic. And psychedelic experiences are quite transformative because they totally blow your mind, totally open up to things you had never, in a realm of possibility that you never even fathomed before. And it occurs to me that unity provides a transformative experience. It's not done in a week like some of those things. It's slower, but that's what we do. And that transformative experience results in better relationships, better health, very often prosperity consciousness. If we're willing to change our ideas about what's possible and take those risks. So I call taking a risk stepping out in faith. Can we apply this to money? Yes, we can, of course. Remember at our AGM, Pamela pointed out that although we're in a very healthy financial position, she has noticed a trend of falling off in donations over the past 2 months. When I was talking with my friend and Cookie, they noticed the same thing. So we talked a little bit about what's that a result of. We came up with 2 reasons. A very obvious reason is a sense of not enoughness. You feel it out there right now. Groceries are expensive, gas is expensive, rent is expensive. Maybe I might not have enough. And you focus on that. But that is not the thoughts of prosperity consciousness. Those are the thoughts of lack consciousness. We get trapped into that. And lack consciousness, lack thoughts, produce more lack. Because we think about it, we draw into our lives. So I ask, do you celebrate the fact that the government sends you GST rebates and carbon tax rebates and and a supplemental July for old, and dental care for seniors now, and child tax credit. Do you celebrate those things as much as you complain about having to pay income tax? Do you celebrate the fact that we get a homeowner's grant and a senior's grant as much as we complain that we have to pay property tax? Do you celebrate that the gas prices came down a few cents as much as you complain that they went up? And do you celebrate the fact that in a war where the odds are stacked against millions of people, we are among the people whom the odds are stacked in our favor? So where are we focusing our attention? Are we in prosperity consciousness or disparity consciousness? So that was the first reason we thought that the nation state was going on. The second is the church doesn't need it. The church doesn't need it. The thing is, in prosperity consciousness, you don't want to give to need. Because that's going to produce more need. You give because it reminds you of your own abundance. So we need to switch our thinking from groceries are expensive to I have lots of food. Well, what are the choices? What do we choose to think? So how do we build a prosperity consciousness? One word, you're not going to like it. Give. That's how you build prosperity consciousness. Now you don't have to give to UBI, although you should. But you get wherever you get your spiritual nourishment, return it, pay it back, pay for consciousness, pay for value received. Tip generously, if deserved. Don't try to bargain them down, get a deal, ask for a discount. My mother used to go crazy when she was raising 3 kids and a bankrupt husband, that all the discounts were given to the seniors. Where were they when I was raising kids? I don't need to do those things because I am prosperous. Is giving to charity the same as tithing? No, it is not. Because tithing is like the farmer's 10%. If you have a farm and you grow your fruits and vegetables and you harvest it in the fall and you take it to market and you sell as much as you can, and then you come back home and take whatever's left over and you plant that for next year, right? Wrong. You take 10% off the top of the best produce and set that aside for next year. The best first. So that's prosperity consciousness. So is our priority giving some of what's left over or being committed to giving? Ensuring our future. So commitment is why they have pledge drives at churches like. If you're Catholic, you grew up Catholic, you got an envelope, 52 envelopes at the beginning of the year, right? And every week you took one of those envelopes, stuffed the cash back to church. And if you were away for a week, you took envelopes, 2 envelopes the next. Then if you were on vacation, you took 6 envelopes. But by the end of the year, you had put in 52 envelopes. And that ensured that your spiritual community continued even when you weren't there. So it's a matter of where we rank our giving. I rank my tithing ahead of paying my rent. Because my spiritual home gives me more value than my physical home does. I realize I'm a little extreme, but it's that important to me. And I believe that paying for value received is the number 1 cornerstone of prosperity consciousness. So you don't have to give to your spiritual home, but here's why you should. This is a life-transforming teaching. Anybody? And yet many people don't give it more value than a cup of coffee. Some people say, well, I give my time. And that's wonderful. We absolutely need volunteers. We couldn't do it without your time. But as you give, so shall you receive. So if you give time, what's going to come back to you is you're going to have more time on your hands. And that's a wonderful thing. But that's not prosperity. Anybody know a hoarder? Where you get those stacks of newspaper like this and you have to wend your way through? Hoarding is never enough. And the same is true of money. No matter how much money you have, you're going to say it's not enough. Elon Musk thinks he doesn't have enough money. You know, it's that kind ensures that you always have enough is conviction that you have enough. You know, you trust. Do you feel obligated to save it up for a rainy day or to save it up for your children's inheritance? Anybody? You know, I don't know when they started doing that, but a couple of hundred years ago, even people died mostly at 45, 50. Their kids were 20 and just getting started, so they left them a sum of money. Now they keep us alive so darn long. Our kids are retired before we give them. Spend it now. Give it now. You know, spending your child's inheritance. I mean, but you know, it's not all that important. Nico posted this last week and gave me permission to use it. Depressive hedonia. Now, hedonism, you know what a hedonist is? Somebody who pursues pleasure for pleasure's sake. That's all they're what about. Depressive hedonia is a state of depression pervasive in Western society, where those who are suffering its symptoms turn not to suffering and restraint from pleasure, as is normal with traditional depression, but rather are drawn to the pursuit of pleasure, not meaningful pleasure, but further consumption, which of course supports the very system that brought that state of being into existence. I found that a mind-bending. I'm depressed because I've got so much that I really don't have anything to worry about. You know? Do you know anybody like that? So prosperity is everywhere. It's all around us. And so is lack. They're both everywhere. What will you focus on? Good and evil. I often say good and evil. Always here. Intertwined. Which one are you going to choose to focus on? Prosperity or lack? Quite a few years ago, I lived in the village of Soup when it was a village. And we had a wonderful art scene. We had a great little drama club and a volunteer symphony or philharmonic orchestra. And you know, our arts associations are always looking for patrons. And so there was a pledge, I suppose you'd call it, for the orchestra. And I decided to contribute at the highest level, like member level. Not that I had a lot of money, but the arts were that important to me. As a result of that, I found myself invited to receptions at fancy houses with all the richest people in town and all the richest men in town. I'm just saying. But you give, you know, you don't give to, you know, but you just give freely and wonderful things happen. So Charles Fillmore said, the key to true prosperity is right identification. Who are you? You're not a worm in the dust. You're not a born sinner. You're a child of God, an expression of God, a divine idea in the mind of God. Granted, you're having a human experience right now, but the core of your being is divinity. So you have to know your own inherent worth. You have a divine inheritance, he says, that you have not yet claimed. A few months ago, a woman in Toronto bought her first lottery ticket, just took a quick pick, and won $17 million. If you won $70 billion and had to go to Toronto to claim it, do you think it takes steps to do that? And so there are steps to be taken to claim your divine inheritance. Steps like transforming your thinking and taking a risk. You've got to take steps. You have to identify yourself as worthy, forgiven, pure in heart. You have to work on that. Identifying yourself as worthy, forgiven, and pure in heart. Or some of us just enjoy our victimhood too much. Right now, he says you're doing everything exactly the right way to continue to live the life you're living right now. Exactly right. So if I want my life to be different, I need to think and feel and act different. And that's why we live. Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich said, directed faith makes every thought crack over with color. And Unity Prosperity Diva had been named to cover all purpose. She says there are 4 simple laws of prosperity. First one, of course, is tithing, acknowledging that we know that God is our source. We must return 10%. She's stuck on that and most people say, start where you can. Back to our source of inspiration, the person, place, or institution where you have received your spiritual food. And spiritual food is that which sometimes makes us uncomfortable, wakes us up, shakes us up, and gets us back on the spiritual path. Second basic step for spiritual prosperity, for prosperity consciousness, is we are required to forgive everybody all the time, especially ourselves. Forgive everybody who doesn't think like you, and at bedtime I like this to ask, did I put anybody outside my heart today? Isn't that right? Third one, we are required to set clear-cut, tangible goals. Exactly what do you want? Are you willing to direct your faith to receiving that? Because our job is to what we do want, not what we don't want. And we create what we don't want when we complain about not having it. Yes? And not liking it. And when we gossip and criticize. Nothing is. She says, want something? Write it down and believe that it's on its way to you because you are doing everything you need to do to claim your divine inheritance. Tithing, forgiving, setting goals. And the last thing she says, seek and find and get on your divine purpose. What are you here for? What's your magnum opus? And she says, studies have shown that the happiest people on earth are those who give and serve. I think there's a lot of givers and servers in here, and I see that's true. Because the law is, as you give, you receive. So I'm in charge of my receiving. And the way I take charge of my receiving is in my giving. This is a direct quote from Edwin Gaines that I would never dare to say on my own, but I'll quote her. Are you ready? For the truth, telling it like it is. If you are not receiving all that you need to receive, or all that you want to receive, the truth about you, and I love you enough to tell you this, is that you're a tightwad. And so I'm asking you to take this moment and get outside your comfort zone and give yourself permission to play with the big kids. That's how Edwin Gaines tells it like it is. She's the prosperity guru from forever, right? You've all heard Edwin Gaines. You have a divine inheritance. Ask for it, expect it, and get ready to claim it. And remember, anybody know who Mario Andretti is? This famous line, if everything seems under control, you're not going nearly fast. May you enjoy prosperity all your life, reach all your goals, and live in happiness forever. Namaste.
Thank you.
Sometimes we have a song between, and sometimes we don't. Today, we don't. Would you just join me for a few moments of quiet reflection? And just allow your body to relax. Allow it to breathe itself. Allow your mind to open. See if you can feel the space inside your head expanding, making room for new thoughts about what is possible. Knowing the truth about yourself, that you are a divine expression. You're pure, worthy, good, deserving. And as you breathe in, feel the abundance in your very breath. to you all what you desire. Feel yourself swimming in abundant, endless supply. Knowing that your having does not deprive anyone else. There's infinite good to go around. As much as you can embrace, you are worthy of. Knowing that as you forgive, you are forgiven. As you give, you are receiving. As you breathe, you are prospering. Just imagine.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. Wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one.
Just seeing if Josh wanted to play a duet. Like you can sing, I can play for you. Okay. No, I'll watch you play.
Anything. You want to do somewhere with the rainbow? We've done that before.
Oh, sure, we can do that.
Yeah, we
What
could do-
keys?
Great question. Maybe F.
F?
Probably.
Yeah, F sounds right. Like. Is that right? Is F? Really?
Let's see. Maybe C.
Yeah.
We try C.
Well, C's gonna put you. Well, C's gonna put you really crazy.
Over the rainbow.
That's right. That sounds good. Yeah, we can try to go
Yeah, okay. Oh my god.
I don't know if I know this one.
Yeah.
C major. What a terrible key.
Horrible key. Horrible.
Just keeps knocking against the keyboard. I'm gonna put it down for 1 second.
No worries. I'll make sure I've got some words. Ooh.
I'm playing out here. Clock, clock. So,
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Oh, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Oh, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. So why then, oh why can't I?
I didn't even have it all. I can do anything. Oh, I did it. If you don't ask for them back, she won't give them back. Thank you. That was fun, eh? I was telling Josh, I was throwing some things at him. I'm like, if it was any other singer, I wouldn't do this. He's like, Josh will be fine. He'll know when to come in.
Double delightful. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
And Josh, that's awesome that you stepped forward. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Spirit led, right? Yeah. So we may have some announcements, or we may not. I know there's a meeting
there we go.
after our service here in Nanaimo for our events planning
There it is.
team. I know that. Maybe I'll take a moment, Judith's.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I'll just throw this in there and then I'll read the slides. So Judith Munn's course is coming up, so anybody who wants to register for that, she's welcome to take that. Also, she wanted to mention the course is shorter than I think our newsletter said, so it's only 2 hours, so a little bit less of a time commitment. And her books are at the back here. They're 4 Fridays, yeah, so it'll be a solid, awesome experience. So, yeah. What's up? Yeah, we got our What's Up meeting, so we do this every month, so it's coming up this Tuesday. So please join us 7 o'clock on Zoom. Everybody come. It's been a great experience sharing thoughts, ideas, and yeah, we're really in a great place right now, expanding, growing, unfolding, so yeah. There's
There it
Judith. And, oh boy, I think I need to get glasses, because,
Right behind you.
yeah,
Right behind you, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In-person services, there will be no in-person service in August, yeah. In Comox. And there's a prayer circle, Tuesday, August 13th and 27th, 10 o'clock. Note the time change at the Spiritual Center. Unity Vancouver Island, Victoria, in-person services. Next in-person service is August 18th at 10. It's at the Oakland Community Center, and Reverend Vicky will be speaking. Prayer circle there Monday, August 12th, 11 a.m. at the Met. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your abundance, and that was a great talk, Patricia. Thank you for making the difference between charity and tithing, that there is a very stark difference. So I think I may have known that, but it just kind of reconfirms what I already knew. Yeah, so thanks for sharing that. And thanks for all that you give. Yeah, great. And a song.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till we're gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if you have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road, every big load. If you just call me, if you call me, if you need a friend, call me, call me, call me.
And our beautiful children's blessing. Thank you, thank you. Got something to show you. Did you just make that today?
Bravo! Bravissimo! That's a big heart.
Please join with me in our children's blessing.
See the divine light shining past you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way you are.
Let's share our vision together. Unity
Vancouver Island is a growing, unfolding, expanding center of life and love, mighty to attract its good and radiate good to others.
center. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
Please don't move, except for Nico and Maya. Would you please move up here?
Oh no, I kind of saw this coming.
You all know Nico, of course, and some of you have met Maya. The marvelous is Maya Wilson Rhodes. Congratulations.